A ministerial task force will be formed to deal with the Wuhan virus, co-chaired by Health Minister Gan Kim-yong and National Development Minister Lawrence Wong. So far, Singapore has identified 10 suspect cases of the novel coronavirus. 7 have been ruled out, while 3 are still being tested. Singapore's transport sector is also doing its part to prevent the spread of the Wuhan virus. Companies say they are increasing communications to users and employees about precautions and practicing good hygiene. Tan Sufri with more.
The current Wuhan virus episode is reviving memories of the Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, or the SARS crisis in 2003. Back then, a man who had been infected during his hospital stay went on to infect 15 others, including 2 taxi drivers who had ferried him to and from his workplace. CNA spoke with some drivers to see what precautions they are taking now. I spoke to at least 10 drivers from Comfort and SMRT, as well as drivers from private hire companies such as Grab and Gojek. Now, most of them said they're not afraid of what's happening with the Wuhan crisis, but some said they might avoid picking up passengers from the airport.
There's a reason. We are always on the road, so we are fetching a lot of passengers. We seriously don't know where they are from also.
It's like SARS lah. I think most of us we had to be precaution about all this type of virus. So far, if somebody actually got some symptoms, I will try to open up the window.
什么都不怕，怕什么？有什么好怕的？为了赚吃，什么都不怕。
At the moment, no precaution yet because after all, we were not alarmed so far.
Just drink more water and wash my hand.
Frequent hand washing is one of the precautions advised by the Health Ministry. Transport company SMRT says it also urges staff to follow the ministry's advisories. Private hire company Gojek says it will be increasing its communications to users and employees on precautions and good hygiene practices, such as avoiding contact with people who are unwell. It also urged everyone to remain vigilant and seek medical attention promptly if they are unwell.
A professor who has done extensive research on the 2003 SARS, or Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome outbreak, says that the Wuhan coronavirus is not as severe. Now, he adds that Singapore is well positioned to manage the Wuhan virus. Chloe Chu with this report.
After SARS, Singapore is now in a much better position to handle a similar infectious disease, like the Wuhan virus.
For SARS, from the first case detected to many people died before we even knew what's caused the disease. Okay, that was like 4 to 5 months. So this case, it took like 2 to 3 weeks. So that's a huge improvement.
We are ranked one of the best prepared country to respond to events like that. On the ground, I guess nobody can say we're 100% ready for events like that, but I think as a whole in Singapore, I think we are doing pretty good.
Both coronaviruses are similar, and Professor Wang says that once again, it's likely that it originated from bats. Due to its immune system, these mammals have been proven conclusively to be one of the best reservoirs for viruses. And just what are the differences between a coronavirus and the common flu? Doctors say symptoms of the flu are slightly more severe.
The coronavirus that we are talking about is actually a new form of coronavirus. Coronaviruses have been around for a long time. They typically cause mild symptoms, like in a common cold, symptoms of runny nose, cough, maybe a bit of throat irritation, and a mild fever. Whereas for the flu virus, it causes a condition called influenza. Symptoms are typically more serious, like high fever, severe body aches, a very bad throat infection, and cough.
And another doctor says having the flu vaccination is not going to prevent someone from being infected with the coronavirus.
It's just 2 separate things, right? So lately there is an outbreak of influenza A, right? So definitely, right, the flu vaccination uptake has increased at least by 20 to 30%, but it's not related to the uptake of flu vaccination, because as we know, currently there are no vaccination available for the Wuhan coronavirus.
As studies are still being done on how the coronavirus mutates and how exactly it's transmitted, personal hygiene is the best preventive measure, say the doctors. Members of the public are advised to avoid crowded places, to wash their hands frequently and stay hydrated.
The World Health Organization is meeting in Geneva in a few hours to assess whether the outbreak constitutes an international emergency. And it comes as Macau and the US confirmed their first cases.
Well, Chinese health officials have warned that the new coronavirus could still mutate and spread. At a briefing held at the National Health Commission in Beijing, officials revealed that there are now over 400 cases in the country, with the death toll climbing to 9. Olivia Song has more.
Millions of Chinese are traveling across the country in a bid to get home to celebrate the Chinese New Year. But a deadly pneumonia outbreak has cast a dark cloud over festivities. Chinese authorities say the travel rush increases the risk of the new coronavirus spreading. The number of cases has risen dramatically over the last few days, though authorities said the rapid change in figures is due to a better understanding of the disease, improved diagnostic methods, and optimizing the distribution of test kits.
疫情传播途径以呼吸道传播为主，病毒存在变异的可能，疫情存在着进一步扩大的风险。当前正值春运人员流动性激增，客观上加大了疫情传播的风险和防控的难度，绝不能掉以轻心，要高度警惕。
Most of the pneumonia cases are linked to Wuhan, a city of 11 million, with the virus originating from a seafood market that illegally sold wild animals. Authorities said this may be the cause as the disease passed from animals to humans. Human-to-human transmission has also taken place. As authorities step up efforts to contain the disease, it has advised people not to travel to Wuhan unless necessary.
督促湖北省和武汉市 依法采取最严格的防控措施，加强农贸市场监管和野生动物管控，内防扩散，外防输出，劝导公众易散不易聚，最大程度减少公众聚集性活动，避免聚集性疫情发生。采取最严格的发热人员排查措施，发热人员实行医学观察，防止疫情进一步向外扩散。
Authorities have denied rumors that there are already super spreaders in the outbreak, saying there is no evidence for this yet. They also refuted a study done by Imperial College London, which suggested that about 2,000 people have been infected, far higher than the current statistics show. The latest coronavirus outbreak has sparked memories and conversations about the 2003 SARS outbreak. Back then, Chinese authorities had been accused of a cover-up and withholding information, and officials at the news conference were asked if this had happened again. Authorities said that China attached great importance to information disclosure, adding that the system of daily reporting is set to continue until there is no need for it. The Communist Party of China's Central Political and Legal Commission had said in a now-deleted post on WeChat that officials found to have covered up infections would be a sinner for eternity before the party and the people. Olivia Xiong, CNA, Beijing.
In China, the upcoming week-long national holiday is one of 3 so-called golden weeks every year. The heightened travel activity around Chinese New Year lasts for 40 days.
Well, China's Transport Ministry says that more than 750 million trips were made in the first 10 days of this year's Chinese New Year travel rush, and a good number of trips, they're going to go through the epicenter of the virus outbreak.
So, Wuhan is one of the most important railway hubs in China. 4 high-speed railway services connecting cities in China run through the area. And this includes one of the busiest high-speed routes, which connects the capital, Beijing, and 7 other cities, including Hong Kong. Wuhan also serves as an interchange for regional lines linking 18 cities.
The hub sees a ridership of more than 180 million passengers every year. Now, that makes it one of the largest transportation centers in China. All in all, an estimated 440 million trips are expected to be made on the train network during the Chinese New Year period. And that doesn't even take into account the millions of Chinese who are going to be traveling abroad. Top destinations include Hong Kong, Tokyo, Bangkok, as well as Singapore.